What's up, everybody? This is Dustin from DC Media, and today we're checking out this EVGA's GTX 1070 Superclocked Gaming Edition. On EVGA's website, there's two GTX 1070 Superclocked editions. There's the Black Edition and the Gaming Edition. We have the Gaming. I called EVGA just to verify the difference between the Black and the Gaming. The only difference is a little bit of aesthetics and a lack of a backplate that the Gaming Edition actually has. And that's it. Base clock, boost clock, all the same. Memory, everything else is the same, just some aesthetic differences. So with that being said, let's get into some of the specs and the overview of this Superclocked card. Alright, with the 10 series, we see the brand new ACX 3.0 cooler. Now it has a newer sleek design with some nice, really soft white accent lighting that in some cases you might not necessarily see because they're on the front face of the card showing down. But other cases you might, just kind of depends on your particular setup. But it's a nice touch regardless. And when you step up to for the Win Edition or FTW Edition, you do get RGB lighting. The top shows off the new EVGA GeForce logo that is backlit with the same soft white. The Superclocked Edition has the SC over to the right hand side of that, but it does glow yellow as opposed to white. But it's nothing drastic. It's pretty soft, and you can turn it off if you don't want it on. Now the cooler, you get increased heat pipes and copper contact area, which gives cooler operation and an optimized fan curve for quieter gaming. And to attest to that, whenever we were going over all the games and everything that we were going over, our cards never saw above 75 degrees Celsius whenever they were in the out of the box mode. And whenever we overclocked it, we saw 76, 77. And then in extreme testing conditions, we did see up to 80, but that was under extreme loads. And that was it. So the cooler works really, really well. Now, moving to the back of the card, you're going to see 3 display ports, an HDMI port, and a DVI-D port. Pretty much the same as every other graphics card out there. Nothing new here. And then when you move to the backplate, you're going to get their standard backplate. They do actually engrave EVGA properly, so that way when it's installed into a PC, you can actually see it, which is a nice touch. Unfortunately, their employees have no idea how a graphics card gets installed and sticks the serial number on upside down according to how the backplate is built. So whenever you're trying to look at the serial number or anything like that, you're pretty much just going to have to either be a contortionist a little bit, or you're going to want to take note of that before you install it on your computer. And on to some specs. The 1070 Superclocked Edition has 1,920 CUDA cores, a base clock of 1594, and a boost clock of 1784. And with the GPU Boost 3.0, which is a new feature on the 10 series, we were actually seeing the out-of-the-box boost rate of 1,999, and that is actually pretty impressive to be right at that 2K mark. We couldn't get over it out of the box, but 1999 is extremely close, and we're very happy to see that, especially out of a 1070. Alright, and then we overclocked the card. Now, on the memory side, we got 4404 or 8808 after the multiplier, which is about a 400 plus modifier on the memory side. And on the graphics side, we were only able to get about 150 extra, so that's actually still pretty impressive, getting up to around 2138, which is great. We're still breaking the 2K mark, even 2100, and it was perfectly fine, no issues through all the benchmarks, never even got over 80 degrees in the toughest situations that we were putting it through, so that's always a good thing to see. Now, how does this card stack up to the 900 series from last year, or the 1060 or 1080? Well, let's check out some benchmarks. So as you guys can see by the benchmarks, this is actually a very impressive card. Coming in around $450, which is the same as the EVGA Founders Edition or Reference Edition, whatever you want to call it. It's really hard to pass up. If you're in that $400 to $500 price bracket, this is probably one of the best cards out right now, with a great cooler and a great setup to go along with it, especially if you're not really one to overclock. But it does overclock really well, if that's what you're into. So with that being said, we're going to give this an A. Definitely buy this product if it's inside your price range. And we're going to go on down the road and check out some other graphics cards. And hopefully here in the very near future, we're going to have an SLI video over these exact cards to give you guys an idea how this might compare to a 1080 out of the box. So with that being said, guys, thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and if you have any questions, comments, the comment section's below. We'll be happy to hear from you guys, and thank you for watching again, and we'll see you in the next video.